Alright, this is Only Man's, and I am Seth.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jake.
I'm Brad.
Enjoy the podcast.
So, the other night at work, Jake, you were there too, I think, Brad. They were
half chance.
They were coming into work. I don't know who's they, but the people come in with these big hazmat suits on.
Oh, yeah.
And started spraying for COVID. And it blew my fucking mind that they were wearing big suits. We had our masks, quotations, on, and we were told it was okay. And we had a cookout that night.
I think they were wearing the hazmat suit because they didn't have COVID, and that was a area with COVID, so maybe that's why.
I don't know. That's just sketchy shit.
It is sketchy.
People show up with hazmat suits and start spraying chemicals.
I quit.
Man, I just think the CIA is involved.
Imagine getting quarantined in the store.
Oh,
That would be fucking awful.
Yeah.
man. They'd have to accommodate us.
Yeah, free food, man.
Free food. We'd have to have phone chargers.
Sleep somewhere.
People have medicine they might have to take at home.
They're just clock in.
Get a good zone while you're in.
Just go in the office and sleep all the time.
Fuck that.
Probably sneak out, to be
I
honest.
would too.
I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, I'm going home.
What if they shoot you as soon as you walk out?
Yeah,
I'd be
getting
dead.
shot by them, whoever them is.
The government,
Yeah.
man.
Getting shot by the government boys is better than talking to some people.
Take my chances.
Better than talking to a lot of people.
For those listening, welcome back. It's just 3 of the boys today. I don't know what happened to Seth. He's missing.
None of us know.
Yeah, we're
I
clueless.
hope he gets well soon.
Send thoughts and prayers. He needs them.
Stunning and brave.
Thoughts as in THOTS.
Yeah.
Thoughts. I would give you his address, but I just don't have it myself. I'm sure some of you do.
It's on Tinder. You can find it.
Did you do anything on your days off, Jake?
No, not really. It was Vicky's birthday, so went out to eat. My waiter, he saved me fucking $20 on my check because he didn't add an appetizer or the dessert.
Ooh.
It was understaffed. He was waiting the table and cooking the food. So
Where at?
It was Outback. So I ended up giving him what he saved me as a tip. So
Not a bad idea.
it was a big tip.
Out there running the business, bro.
I'm thinking about going to Cracker Barrel later.
I like Cracker Barrel. I haven't
Ain't
been in a while.
long time. I want some fucking chicken and dumplings. That's what I want.
Man, now that Charlie's Pizza closed down, I'm just craving it.
Did they close?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone got COVID, so
Oh, okay. So they'll be back open.
Yeah, they're just until further notice.
I always thought their pizza's fucking greasy, man.
It's
I don't
very
really
greasy.
care for
They
it.
have taco pizza that's pretty damn good.
I don't really like the taco pizza either. Vicky and me were talking about this the other day. I just don't think their pizza's that great.
Well,
It's just meh.
Domino's better.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, pizza spot, Angelico. Fucking
It's
it's
too
good.
far away.
It's really good, man.
I know you're partial to Jellicoe.
Well, that pizza place, I wish it was in town.
And until the 16th, I'm still gonna believe you're moving there.
Yeah.
But shit, till it's solidified. I got my fence put up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I seen you
Yeah.
share it to the group.
Finally done it after 2 months.
Well, you do work for a living, so I mean, if you didn't have a job, you'd have been able to get it up quicker.
It's more of getting motivated.
Just
to
take the
do some
just
kind
take
of
the
physical.
compliment.
Yeah, thank
Just-
you.
just
Thank you so
take
much.
it. There you
Yeah,
go.
you're right. I'm awesome. I've done so much work.
I feel you. It is getting to be the absolute best time of the year. The weather's cooling down. The fucking leaves are dying. The bugs are going away. It's going to be pretty out. I'm still going to be inside most of the time, though. So,
I love winter.
and football.
I just once it starts cooling down, that's when I'm on the roads. Everybody else is inside drinking hot chocolate or whatever. I'm going to the movies, out to eat, no lines.
I was about to say, we're one step away from pumpkin spice lattes and hoodie weather, and
I don't like pumpkin spice stuff.
I
I like pumpkin pie, but that's about it.
vanilla spice Southern Comfort eggnog.
Dude, I haven't even had eggnog in 2, maybe I'll just say 2 years. I had eggnog ice cream one year, and I was like, I love eggnog and I love ice cream, I ate like 2 scoops out of this fucking quart of ice cream, and I was sick. I was like, I can't eat it. I can't. Eggnog's the devil now.
Man,
The one time I tried eggnog, I spit it back into the fucking cup. It was
Really?
nasty.
What? That vanilla spice shit's really good, and it would probably be really good mixed with some alcohol. I just haven't done it, but you have to do it in moderation. Like if you try and like drink like a whole glass of that shit, you're gonna puke.
Yeah.
You're gonna puke.
Gotta drink it like Santa, like a little teacup.
With
There's
your
like
pinky out.
Yeah.
there's like 2,000 calories in that one glass.
Damn.
It's fucking it's hefty.
Yeah.
We wonder why people get so fat around the holidays. That damn eggnog will kill you.
Eggnog, all the extra flavored shit, all the alcohol that's acceptable to drink on the holidays.
So I've been packing up a little bit, or Vicky's been packing up a little bit at the house. I fucking hate it, dude. I hate packing. I don't like moving. I can pick up the heavy shit, and then that's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else.
Well, maybe you won't have to do it again for a while, right?
Yeah, hope so. It's the worst.
Because you've moved a few times since I've known you.
I've moved like 20 something times in my life.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I've moved quite a few times too myself.
I think 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 3 times. Not 4 times.
I got to the point where I moved so much when I was younger, I just quit unpacking my boxes because like it's coming.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I was just like, ugh.
Well, through middle school and high school, you lived in what, like 3 different houses? 4?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't keep track.
There was your Mamaw's Twin Cove. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that one behind the middle school,
Behind middle school.
Rose Hill. I moved to Sandy's.
Is that what, 5? I lost track.
Yeah, something like that. It was a lot, man.
That is a lot.
Over a course of 6-7 years.
Yeah, hate it. I was talking to my mamaw about.
And Clinton.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Clinton. But yeah, I was talking to my mamaw the other day about the house on Rose Hill, and she's like, "You stayed in that basement down there?" I was like, "Yeah, I did. It was fucking awesome." I was like, I'd bring down my snacks, a little Sunny D thing, and they had a toilet down there, but it wasn't like walled off or anything. So I ended up putting a shower curtain around it. But it was weird because like it had steps up to it. It was like 4 steps up to a toilet, so you were sitting on a fucking throne.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was
Surrounded
great.
by a shower curtain.
You ever seen any ghosts down there?
Nope.
People usually, it seems like basements are always fucking haunted.
I did psych myself out quite a bit down there though because it was like pitch black through the hallway if I didn't have the stair lights on or something, and I'd be going to get snacks and I'd just be running past the doors because it had 2 openings of pitch black. You couldn't see anything in there. I was like, anything can grab me.
You'll never know how many times a hand almost had you.
Yeah, I
If you
know.
wasn't running, you would have got caught.
There was one night I was laying in my bed downstairs and it was like concrete floors and the paneling on the walls were like real shitty and broken, so you could see cinder blocks, and there was grasshoppers down there everywhere. And
Grasshoppers?
So I remember one night I was laying in my little futon bed and I was trying to do lucid dreaming, like I looked stuff up about it, and it was like, don't move, like lay on your back, close your eyes, don't move. And you know how you like itch or you got to roll or something, it's like, fight that, don't do that. And I'm like, okay. And I was doing that for like a few weeks trying to have cool dreams. So I was laying there and I was like, oh, my leg kind of itches. I was like, just ignore it. And I was like, it feels like it's moving. Just ignore it. It crawled up my boxers and it was a grasshopper. It scared the shit out of me, dude.
I bet it did, man.
Man, I don't care how old you are or how manly you are, but be in a pitch black room and have something crawl on you, you're sleeping with the light on and probably the cover off too.
Yeah, it was terrible.
You get paranoid after that because you keep expecting another one.
Mm-hmm. I remember growing up being like, especially there, like nervous that something was gonna crawl in my nose or ear or mouth. So I'd be like trying to cover my face while I was laying down. I was like, no, I didn't want it.
It had to happen with that old statistic of you swallow so many spiders a year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want it. Wake up with something like the biggest spider of the year.
It's almost in your mouth. You
Yeah.
gotta chew it.
Dude, that happened to me at my dad's. So those giant ass wolf spiders, like not on my face, but like on the wall right next to me, or like just fucking everywhere. Just be like laying there, like on like a computer or something, and one just drop down on the computer. And they're like as big as my palm around. They're fucking huge and furry.
There was one time I was out on the porch and there was this huge spider, and my mom wanted me to kill it, and I took like a back of a BB gun, like pellet gun, and I smacked it with it to kill it, and it curled up and the back of it exploded into millions of spiders, and they started crawling everywhere. I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" I started like stomping them and spraying them with bug killer.
Didn't let them get away, did you?
No,
That's
I
a
kill
wolf
'em all.
spider because they carry their young on their back.
That was a wolf spider. It was terrible. It was something like off of Alien.
Fucking a billion baby spiders crawling everywhere. I wonder what percentage of them live though.
Fuck, it can't be that high.
You know, I'm not really afraid of spiders or bugs or anything, but I just don't want to fuck with them. You know what I mean? I just don't want to deal with a nuisance.
Remember Vicky getting scared of that grasshopper or
right.
cricket?
Whatever it was, yeah. Where's it at, Jake?
Were you there? Right?
Yeah, who's calling?
I don't know. That stuff doesn't really freak me out. Usually, the only thing that I really don't like to mess with snakes, like if they're within like 5 foot of me, like I'm killing it. Like other than that, I'm fine with it. But they creep me out.
If I could stay calm, like on the initial shock of seeing the snake, I'd be okay. But I see it, and I'm like, oh fuck, snake! Because in my head, it just
It's already
poisonous.
attacking you.
They're all venomous. They're all
Have I
gonna
ever
kill
told
me.
you guys a story of when I was sleeping and Danielle seen a snake?
Mm-mm.
This was years ago. I was still married and I was working third shift, and her dad had come over one day to mow the yard or fix the mower or do something, and she come into my bedroom and started waking me up, and she was crying, man. She goes, Jeremy, there's a snake in the yard. Dad killed it. And I was like, what kind is it, Danielle? And she goes, I don't know. I think it was a cobra. I go out there and look, man. It was a fucking little garden snake. She freaked out over fucking nothing.
Why would she wake you up after it was dead?
Oh, really? You want me to tell you why? Because women hate whenever your men sleep.
I feel
They despise it. They despise anything that brings their man happiness.
You look too peaceful right now. It'd be a
Yeah.
damn shame if I were to wake you up.
Yeah. One time I dozed off on the couch and she woke me up to tell me I could keep sleeping.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I want to go home and do that to Megan now, just to be a dick.
Could you fall back asleep after that? Or did you like wake up?
I was pissed. I was mad. Like I could
Yeah.
feel my blood running to my head. I was so fucking mad.
I usually can't go back to sleep after I'm already up. Like,
God, I'm glad I'm not married.
See, that's one pro to me. Just like being in such a bad mood when I first wake up, nobody wants to wake me up. So I have to
Let
deal
him
with that.
sleep. The house is on fire. Well, he'll wake himself up.
As long as I die while asleep, I'm cool with it. As long as I don't wake up to the pain. Fucking pissed off and on fire.
Oh, dude, I forgot that your woman's birthday is on September 11th. The
Yeah.
first time she told me that, I started laughing because I thought she was joking.
No, she's serious. I was on the phone the other day with insurance people getting a quote and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, what's her birthday?" And I was like, 9/11. They're like, "Ah." I was like, it is. They're like, oh, what a shame.
Bad timing.
Man, back to the Bill Burr thing. I'm pretty sure I heard him say a thing about that, about birthdays, and he was like, "It is stupid how we like are all excited when birthdays are the same day or even close." And he told a story about like calling somebody or whatever, and they asked for his birthday, and he's like September 24th, and he's like, "Oh, my kid's is September 28th." He's like, "Oh, what's the chances?"
Yeah.
Like,
There was one part, man. He goes, so I was talking to my buddy. I'm going to butcher this, but I'm going to do the best I can because I'm no Bill Burr. He goes, my buddy works all the time and he pays the bills, and his woman was bitching at him. Okay. And to make it up to her for working all the time, so they have a roof over their head, he takes her out on a date. She goes, it was a standard date. It was dinner and a movie, standard, nothing special. She wasn't fucking happy about it.
What are you supposed to do?
Surprise them.
I think if you're gonna bitch about something like that, you don't deserve to be surprised,
That's true.
like at all.
It's expected.
No, I am vehemently against that. I hate that. Don't expect shit from me.
Especially since what most girls are is what I call gift card girls.
I like to be spontaneous. I don't like to be pressured into doing something different. Also, birthdays, for example, Like for me personally, when I have a birthday, I don't really want a big gathering of anything. I don't want anyone to sing happy birthday to me and light candles. I'm just like, I just want to be here doing my thing and just happy, just normal
You
day.
don't want us to take you to Hooters so you can ride around the fucking restaurant on a pretend horse?
No,
You
Actually,
sure?
I just want to relax.
if you're gonna work your ass off so that you have a roof over your head, and here's where the dude fucks up, and expect that bitch is gonna be grateful for anything you fucking did, that was the first mistake you made. You should have just done that because that was you. Second mistake was staying with that bitch after she complained about the fucking date.
Well, I kind of butchered it. Maybe it wasn't his buddy. It was somebody sending him a story in or whatever, but still, it's standard date, dinner date, nothing special. She was pissed at her husband because he works.
It's probably like my own damage, but like hearing people talk about stuff like that, like a dude paying for his girlfriend's college, like all of it, or whatever.
And then she dumps him.
And then right after dumps him,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like I got trust issues. Sorry,
I-
I'll never
I'm not-
fucking do it.
I've not been through a lot of this, thank God, but I've read some of it. There was one where a guy online telling the story. He paid off his girlfriend's college, and like he give it to her in a Christmas gift, like a little paper, right, or a card is what it was. And he only got her some kind of necklace too as another gift. And she goes, "Is that all you got me?" Like, 'cause she had two gifts, and that was fucking it.
I'm pretty sure I take both back. Both
Yeah,
back.
immediately.
Can you unpay the tuition?
It's on the card, right? I'm taking the card.
Well, I mean, it's like it was like a receipt or whatever. Like your tuition's
It's all
paid.
paid up.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that all you got me?
anytime I buy presents or gifts for anybody for Christmas or birthday, like with Vicky, for example, I want to buy a lot of things, not one big thing, because I feel like it's not enough because it's one thing. It doesn't matter how much it costs. I'm just like, man, I should have bought like a fucking Slinky, the little bubble blower or something, anything to make it a lot of gifts to make it look
He
nice.
wants to have a
Make
gift
it look
basket.
nice around the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you got shit like that. It's like, oh, I bought the car, paid the car off, and it's
Yeah.
like that's all you're getting.
$5,000. There you go.
Yeah, and then you have that. Like I automatically in my gut, I'm like, I hate Christmas because like I did that and it's not enough in my head. I'm like, it wasn't a present.
You immediately turn green like the Grinch. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And fuck you.
Man, I know. That's just that would piss me off on so many levels. I've seen videos of stuff like that where like a dude buys like his wife like a car or whatever, like a brand new car, and it's usually something super nice, like a brand new BMW or something, and she's like, it's the wrong fucking color.
That's like the super sweet 16s, man.
Ugh.
Yeah. People are not grateful. Sorry, women are not grateful. I don't know if they're people or not.
I seen a video. This is about 3 weeks ago, but this guy, he walked up to his woman in the kitchen and was giving her present for like the anniversary or something. And it
In the
was in an
kitchen?
envelope. And
That's
she's
the
like, is
only
this
appropriate
tickets?
present.
Is this tickets for Bali or whatever? And she's like all happy. And she opens it and it was a paternity test for their kid and it wasn't his. And she goes, why are you doing this to me right now? Why are you doing this?
Victim.
Yeah. She's like, I can't believe you do this today. Instead of giving me tickets to Bali. I was like, you bitch.
All happy to get whatever from him.
Yeah.
Fuck that man. No. I don't even think that's a good response either, though, to like have a gotcha moment. Like I feel like you're still too invested. If you were gonna have a gotcha moment like that to get back at them,
You should just leave.
yeah, you should just ditch, man.
Yeah.
Like one of the most respectable things that I've ever read was like one where this chick knew her boyfriend was cheating on her, and like knew about it. And she come home, or she was suspected it, and she came home and he was asleep in the bed with another chick. And it was like she got him a gift or something, but she left all the shit there and just packed all of her shit while he was asleep and left. Like didn't say goodbye, nothing. Didn't talk to him after that. I'm like, that's pro.
You
That's
think that's
yeah. I think that's the right response, man.
that's the responsible response. But I'm spiteful, man.
Well, that's why I think it's the
Yeah.
right response. Is that if you're able to get past that spite,
You-
that's a good move.
You gotta do a little something back to him. You gotta get your revenge.
There was another video I seen where this guy found out his girl was cheating on him, but he paid for her floor, and he went in there with like a little thing, and he's fucking the floor up, took it all apart, and then the aftermath of it, she was like talking to him. I don't know if he was in the car or she was, but the other person was sitting outside. So I imagine he's in the car, and she's like, "Why would you do that? I came home and the floor is all fucked up." She's like, "You're immature. It doesn't matter if I was cheating on you or not. That's immature. That's fucked up and stuff." And he was just getting yelled at. I was like, "Fuck you. I don't have to talk to you."
Explain to me why women have to always be the victim no matter the situation. Even if it's something they fucking did wrong, it always gets spun around to be your fault, Brad. Your fault, Jake. My fault, Jeremy.
There's too much defiance in me, man.
Me too.
Like, I'll fight that. Like, even if I'm not sure if it was my fault, like, I'm going to fight it, and then later I'll think about it. And if I was wrong, then I'll have to go back and apologize. But I'm going to assume that I wasn't.
I try to look at everything right. Like, I'm like, how this was your fault because of this. And if they say something, I'm like, that has nothing to do with the situation. It's still on you here.
It's the patience thing with that gets to me. Like, because it's almost like if you get into an argument with something like that, then you can be like, yeah, this is the argument and this is what we're talking about. And then be like, well, you done this. And like, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the specific thing we're talking about. That's a completely separate subject. But then they're flipping out at you, and to keep your patience through the flip out session before the rationality kicks in on their side, that gets because I'm trying not to lose my shit. I lose my shit, then it's all done. It's all fucked up. It's 100 times worse. So
I'm usually pretty patient until I start getting like yelled at or yelling is around. I'm just like, no need to yell.
Said before, like if I'm in an argument and like I've figured that I have a tell for when I'm about to just start ranting and I'm not going to be rational, and I'll and step forward. Like I'm ready to argue, like I'm ready to lay into it. And when I've caught myself do that, that's when I have to ditch. That's the point of no return. I have to ditch then. I have to be like, nope, you gotta calm down.
I think I've got split personalities, man. Like I've got one who's like,
I'm Batman.
Batman. So 3. I've got the nice one, like, hey, yeah, I kind of let stuff go, let it all go. There's no point in arguing and fighting. And then there's the other one who does like arguing and fighting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. The problem I have is with that like turning point when I get that mad. It's like everything is righteous anger at that point. Everything I said is justified. It doesn't matter. Like, and that's the problem. I don't like getting to that point.
Yeah.
So. Because then I could just be like the biggest asshole ever. Because I'm like, it's all justified. Fuck you.
I'm right. You're wrong.
That's not rational. I try to stay away from that.
You acknowledge it's not rational, though.
That's why I try to avoid it.
That's like the first step is admitting you're wrong.
Yeah, but catch me in the middle of a irrational, tirade and see if I'll admit if I was wrong.
We'll do that whenever I wake you up one day.
You get pretty mean.
I can't help it, man. I'm not conscious for half of it. You know how many times like Megan said that I've said horrible shit to her while I
believe it. I believe it.
I don't remember it.
Half the time he's actually awake.
No,
He's saying shit because he knows he's got to pass.
This is the problem with it, man. I swear I inherited this shit from my mother because she does the same thing. But I don't remember it. I remember like the very end of it where I'm like, leave me alone. Like that's what I remember. And then I get up and 10 minutes later I'm like, oh, that's kind of mean. But I don't remember the like fucking cussing and shit I was doing before that.
If my kids told me that when I was trying to get them up, I would dump water on them.
I hate water, man. Getting wet. That's the worst way to wake up.
Whenever my kids were real young, like still in diapers, one of them took a bowl of water and put it into bed with me for some reason. So whenever I sat up, I felt the bowl, but it didn't register with me. I was like, what the fuck is this? So like this ice cold bowl of water dumped all over me. I was like, why? Why?
Yeah, I would be so pissed. I would be flipping out.
This one time I fell asleep on my couch back in that basement that I was living at, and I had this little love seat couch. And I was laying there and I had a Mountain Dew or a Mellow Yellow in a can, and I was watching a movie on Netflix or something, and I passed out with it in my hand, and I woke up and I had poured it all down myself. And like while I was asleep, I was just like, what is that? Why do I feel this way? I woke up and I was mad. I can't believe I did that.
Dude, I can remember a specific time when I was like 6 years old. I want to say it was a water bed, but I think it was an air mattress. But I was sleeping on like a little kid air mattress, right? And we had a cat. And this cat, while I was asleep, I guess got cuddled with me, and it popped the air mattress. But it didn't like pop, like it slowly deflated while I was asleep. And I wound up like it wound up like sandwiching up. So like I was suspended in the middle, right when I woke up, and the cat not only popped the thing but pissed under me. So when I
Dang.
woke up, I fell into cat piss.
And cat piss is different than human piss.
Yeah, and I was like 6 years old. I remember being mad then.
You just born that.
I want to say it was a water bed because it seems like it peed in the water, like in the water puddle that was under me.
Dude, water beds are just a fucking hassle. Like, it's nice to have one that's like a novelty, but just shit like that, just
Yeah, it was like a little kid one. It wasn't even like half the section of this couch.
I can't imagine having a water bed.
Around that same time period too. I've never had this happen to me besides then, but I was sick for some reason, and I was in the living room floor, like they made like a pallet for me to sleep on, and I woke up and I had puked all over myself.
Damn.
Like I woke up with puke all over my chest, like on my face, everything.
It was the
dude.
cat.
Like I didn't.
It's actually his mom.
I puked while asleep and didn't register it. Like woke up with just my own puke all over me.
Damn. Ugh.
You're lucky you didn't die.
Yeah.
No. I remember it being really cold because it seemed like I freaked out because I woke up and had puke all over me. And I think my mom took me outside and it was like super fucking cold for some reason, probably something to do with how I was sick. And I just remember being out there like fucking like still puke on me, like freezing. Like
This is not related, but I saw this meme the other day that I thought was funny, and it was from SpiderMan, I guess 1, and Mary Jane's dad was like yelling at her. He's like, "You're trash. You'll never be anything." Yada yada. And it shows Tobey Maguire, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you lay off of her and take a break?" And he goes, "I got it from here. Did you hear what your dad said? You're trash." And I thought it was fucking hilarious. I'm excited for that new Spider-Man movie. I really am.
Are you?
Yeah.
How
can't
come?
wait.
Just because of the
I just,
possible Franco thing?
no, I mean that's cool too. I just really enjoyed all the Spider-Man movies, and I hope they do it right. You know, Sinister Six and all that. Which, speaking of Spider-Man, the Venom movie that's supposed to come out, the new one, it's supposed to be like an hour and a half long, probably. And if it is, I'm very disappointed about it.
That's kind of short, ain't it?
Yeah, very short. Because you got to think about the credits and stuff too.
Man, I saw a thing. I think it was one of the directors or whatever, but it was pretty much saying like Venom and Spider-Man will come together at some point, and that'll be revealed more through the next couple movies.
Why do I have a hard time seeing Tom Hardy in a Marvel movie?
It is kind of difficult. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Why?
Like, they could. I think they could do it where Eddie Brock isn't even technically there. Like it's just Venom the whole time. You
Because
know?
it seems like Venom's more towards adults, while Spider-Man's more towards teenagers and kids.
Well, I mean, the way they're doing the Venom movies is PG-13, and I'm pretty sure that's the way the Marvel movies are. So it's not that.
But they're shaving some off, right?
What do you mean?
Shaving it down a little bit so it'll be PG-13.
I mean, yeah, they could totally make it rated R, but they haven't. They didn't do it the first time. They're not doing it with the Carnage one, so I'm sure it's for the Spider-Man crossover.
I think they could totally play it where it's just Venom with barely, if at any, Eddie Brock in it.
Why can't you see Tom Hardy being in a Marvel movie?
I don't really have a reason why. It's just it's odd.
Well, I'm just thinking as far as like cartoons and comics and stuff. Like Eddie Brock didn't feature that much. You know, it's usually just Venom.
Yeah.
Like,
No one really cared about Eddie Brock.
yeah, he's just the vessel.
Yeah. Dude, there's so much Marvel stuff they've not even touched yet, man. Like Fantastic Four and X-Men, right off the two big ones.
Yep. They're
They haven't
saving them.
even touched it.
I'm excited for all of it, though. It looks good.
X-Men worries me for political reasons.
I mean, it's already political from the
Fantastic
start.
Four would too.
I think X-Men has more of a risk.
Yeah. They're all going to be black and transgender and women.
It's just easy to translate from mutants to the whole oppressive thing, you know. Like, so I think it'll probably happen.
That's what they did to begin with, though, with X-Men.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be a representation, but when they make the quiet part like all right in your face, it's like it's not needed. You know,
I mean, they could just keep it the way it is now.
like this
and
is a
it's-
metaphor, a creative metaphor. Let's not make it literal.
You just don't want it blatant.
Yeah,
I feel you.
You don't want it to be like an end game when all of the women lined up at the end.
No,
Remember?
I don't want like Wolverine and Cyclops in a gay pride parade just because. Like,
In a gay pride parade covered in glitter with a big fake dildo on their head,
Yeah,
like fucking wee.
yeah, just because we have to make it so obvious that this is a metaphor. You know, like,
Wolverine just like pulls his claws out and sticks the dildos on him.
Look what I can do.
no, his claws are dildos. He has giant dicks come out of his knuckles. Metal
Would that be
dicks
considered still a superpower?
to some women.
Ooh. To all women,
They'd be curious.
because all women are what?
Queens.
Queens.
Yeah, I got it right.
The Harley Quinn type of queen, right?
Yeah.
Dude, my allergies are whooping my ass right now.
You better take some medicine for it. I
Yeah.
got sick from my allergies.
I've been taking some.
We're
Right now, I have the excuse of just being tired. That's why I think anything that's wrong with me right now, tired.
The man way to go. Nah, I'm just tired.
This week on Jake's Mediocre Movie Minute.
Thank you. I'm glad you did
because
that.
it pisses him off every time I says him.
it's not professional.
Jake's Mediocre Movie Minute.
But
Anyways,
it was your pick this week, though.
it was my pick for Jake's Mediocre Movie Minute. I'm going to repeat it again.
Okay.
We had Catch Me If You Can with good old Leo,
Who else?
Tom Hanks.
Okay.
I can't
Name one more actor in
Yeah,
it.
one more.
Damn, that's hard, man.
What? Well, I did just watch it.
Oh, shit. I don't know
Fuck.
if I can either.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah. I just wasn't. You know, it didn't even dawn on me that was him.
What?
Yeah, until just now.
Oh,
It almost felt like he was barely in it.
He was
for,
barely.
for him to be as advertised as he was on there.
I hate when movies do that.
Misleading.
Gangs of New York, they did that shit with Liam Neeson. I felt like he was
Yeah.
in it and he was a big title name, and then right at the beginning,
The dude that had the club in Gangs of New York. Wow.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
No. That played Moody in Harry Potter. I can't remember his name.
Irish guy, Scottish,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that guy. I really liked him in
Brandon
the movie.
Gleeson. I'm gonna take a stab at it and say that's his name.
We're gonna just agree with you.
Okay. Or Patty McIrish.
Anyways, Man Had Balls. And it's based off a true story.
yeah, I was reading that because I was like, this seems pretty true, but what I read was like some parts of it is fictional to make it more interesting.
Let's all go ahead and say the part where he escaped off the airplane. They made that shit up.
Yeah, dude, how the fuck? Like, I mean, I get him getting under the thing, that's fine, but how did he get off the airport?
I have no idea, man. That
Like,
whole
all the
that
dude-
whole part was just
The dude just had to be like, he's under the plane, so just surround it.
Yeah,
you
well,
get him.
What year was this supposed to be based in again?
70s.
Yeah, 70 something. I feel like you could have got away with it. There wasn't like 9/11 didn't happen yet, so airport security wasn't
Oh,
so
no,
tight.
no, not that, but like he could have just called, radioed or whatever, someone at the airport, and like security capture him.
You would think, yeah. I mean, who knows, man? But I'm just saying, dude had balls. The real dude had balls.
He did. It's not about what you say as much as how you fucking say it.
I really liked it. He was kind of like Tom Sawyer in a way, the way he was just manipulating people to get what he wanted. But
It's like, oh, there's a pilot, and he's got a bunch of hot bitches around him. I want to be a pilot. You know
Hell
what?
yeah.
Now I'm a pilot.
something I didn't like about the movie, or not that I didn't like, but the character, the mom, cheating on her husband
with his friend.
Yeah. And then
Had to
she
get
was
that
like
money.
paying her kid money. Like, here's
Go
hush
get you
hush.
some records, right?
Fuck,
Ugh.
made me so mad.
And then later, she did like the most terrible thing you can do to a kid whenever you're going through a divorce. She's like, pick where you want to go.
Yeah.
It's all on you.
Sign
You
the
can
papers
do
now.
it. Do it.
Do it now.
I would have lived with my dad because he was in the right, in my opinion. He tried to do everything the right way, and as soon as shit got hard for the family, she left.
It got hard like quick because he got some kind of award, and then shit went downhill.
Yep.
Especially since, like, instead of living with either of them, he just took his path of being a con man. He should have just kept conning with old dad.
Yeah. Well, I think his dad was more straight and narrow. He wasn't like that big of a con artist. He tried to con the bank into giving him a loan of $1,000.
Well, he was in trouble for, like, tax fraud, wasn't he?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
Was it tax fraud or he just had tax issues?
I think it was a bad check he wrote, wasn't
Because
it?
he was having IRS problems. They kept taking money more and more and more.
I loved how he's like, the fucking government. Like, they ate the cake and they're back for the crumbs.
Yeah. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. The part where he escaped from the airplane, I didn't really like that. I just watched it the other night, so I'm trying to remember more about it.
Fast paced, lots of twists and turns.
Lots of twists and turns. And he gets away from Tom Hanks towards the beginning. He was like, "Yeah, just wait here in that hotel room. Just wait here."
Man, I really enjoyed his character though, because it was like anything he wanted to do, it was right there. Like, he could do whatever he wanted, and like be a doctor, for example. He's like, I'm going to do it, and he didn't have to go to school or anything. He just faked all of it. Riding an airplane anywhere he wanted.
Well, and when he was a lawyer, like he says that he passed it. I don't know the true story if he really did just pass it, just blatantly going and taking it.
Yeah,
but still.
Well, they I guess they don't let you take that test until you have the schooling under your belt. So I mean, it could be possible.
He forged all that too.
Yeah. But I'm saying it could be possible that he passed it with just studying.
When he was a doctor, and that little kid like had his leg fucked up, and he kept asking everybody what they thought. Like,
Yeah.
do you concur? Do you concur? Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
the kid is just laying there fucking screaming in pain, and nobody's doing nothing. That irritated me a little
That
bit.
one dude, after he walks away, he's like, fucked up. This is my chance.
Why didn't I
With the big
concur?
doctor?
I don't know. I just enjoyed his character. I liked how he just, whatever he wanted to do, he could do it. It was cool. It made me think of Wolf of Wall Street a lot, because it's basically the same character. I mean, same actor and everything, doing whatever he wants and money.
I had never seen that.
It's a good movie. I liked it a lot. It's about stocks.
Hey, I don't want to watch it then.
About stock fraud.
Hey, teach me a
You
couple
see Margot
things.
Robbie's titties, right?
Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck. She's supposed to be a queen, man.
She's Harley Quinn.
She's supposed to be a
That's
queen.
not a queen.
She's a Joker queen.
Yeah, as in her being a queen's a joke.
Speaking of, have you seen the Harley Quinn movie?
Oh yeah, the Birds of Prey.
And it's got like some big, long, retarded ass title.
Yeah.
The Funtabulous Emancipation. Ugh. They're trying a little too hard to be funny.
It was Birds of Prey originally, but they switched it to Harley Quinn something, because like Birds of Prey was only in it for maybe 30 minutes, and it's a 2-hour movie.
I don't like that. I don't like that they can just change titles.
I don't know when they did it. I think they did it like after first week of release.
There was something I heard about the other day where they changed. It was like an older movie. It was a Tom Cruise movie that they had changed the name of. Like, it was a movie where he like dies and comes back to life and relives like over and over and over and over. And it had an original name, and I can't remember what it was, but then they changed it to like Die, Live, Repeat or some shit like that.
Yeah. Well, that new movie that just came out recently is called Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt, and I'm pretty sure that's what that movie with Tom Cruise is called, because it's like, I seen Tomorrow War, but
maybe that's what it was, because they changed the name of it, and I'm like, that I just don't like that. It's just for continuity purposes.
I agree. Anyone else have anything to say about this movie? There's not much I can really pinpoint, really.
Seth, you have anything to add? No, we'll get back to him.
Yeah.
The part where he's just like printing all the fucking checks in that like factory
At the very end.
and he's just like being crazy. He's like, I fucking do whatever.
I didn't
Fuck
understand why he did that, because he had those suitcases of money and stuff. He had enough money to live off
I
of.
think he was just done with it,
I think he wanted to do it. It wasn't about the money. It was about
getting away with it.
Well,
yeah.
That's how Wolf of Wall Street is. He has all kinds of money, and he's like, nah, I'm not out of the game. Like, they gave him an out, and he didn't accept it.
I wonder if I would be like that, man. Like, as poor as I am and have been in my life, if I ever got that much money, would I want to keep getting that money illegally, or would I just stop doing it and live happily?
I feel like it's the thrill.
Yeah,
like
like
once he's
adrenaline.
done that and had that like thrill crazy life, just pilot, lawyer, doctor, whatever the fuck I want.
He did that in like 2 years
Yeah,
or less.
like
Yeah.
that's a 2-year high, man.
Yeah.
Like coming down from that. Nah.
One part I didn't really like was that lady was in the hotel with them. She was like some person.
Jennifer Garner. There's
And she
another
was just
one.
like, how much would you pay for me? And he's like, what? I'd be like, I'm not. Like, no. But he's like, 500. She's like, no.
Go fish.
Yeah. Kept upping that money. He's like,
600. Go
$1,000.
fish. $1,000. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
$1,000 for a piece of ass for a night.
One time.
He was like what, 19 at the time,
Oh, I think he was 17.
17 at the time.
I'm pretty sure.
You'd have paid $1,000.
Yeah,
as a pussy at
probably.
17.
If you get back to me in about an hour, I'd probably do it too.
But I had something else to tell you about the movie or bring up. Oh, yeah, I liked how they caught him in the factory. Carl, whatever. What was his name? Rat something.
Shit, I just know him as Carl.
Well, either way, Tom Hanks' character caught him in the factory, and he's like, "Carl, we keep talking on Christmas. This is crazy." It was just hilarious to me. I enjoyed it though, and I like that he got out at the end and he was working for the FBI. Thought it was neat.
even though he's hating it at first.
At first he was, but then he got like white collary and started catching the criminals.
He wasn't just working for the FBI. He was making millions from fucking corporations.
Well, he ended up like making checks
Yeah.
that were fraud proof.
Made me sick.
Got away with all that. He's a genius, though.
It's a
It seemed like
genius. Damn, why couldn't I be a genius?
hard life.
Well, I mean, maybe working for them to catch the criminals and stuff still keeps that thrill up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I get to catch them. I get to find out how these fuckers did it because I was the best one. Like
That movie come out in like 2002 or something.
It's older.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it until I watched
I wonder if he's still alive.
Oh,
the
real
guy?
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
thinking of an actor. I'm like,
Yeah,
which actor?
I'm like, Leo didn't die. What are you talking about?
It'd be all over the news if he
yeah.
It'd be like Kobe 2.0.
Tom Hanks is like in Italy because Pizzagate.
Yeah,
But-
he molested somebody.
I said Pizzagate. That was enough
They
reference.
they talked about going public and they ended up dead in the desert. So weird. They got roadrunnered. No, coyote. There it is.
Since we're on this subject, there was like a big long video one time that was going through like pictures of shoes that for some reason a bunch of different actors and Tom Hanks was one of them, and it would be like kid shoes and it would just be one, and they would like find them on the sidewalk and they'd like take a selfie with it and post it to social media, and there was a conspiracy that was like where they committed the crime. But whatever, it's creepy. It's fucking creepy.
That's the kind of shit we'll never know the truth about.
No.
Well,
and
as
it
soon as
bugs
those things
me to
happened,
no
he
end.
moved to Greece.
Suspicious.
Anyway, so anything else to talk about?
What would you give the rating?
Oh,
the
yeah.
rating.
Oh, you gotta guess.
Oh, what's my rating, Brad?
7.
Yep. Right on the nose. That wasn't hard. What about you, Jeremy? 6.5.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey, you're good, man.
All right, Brad.
What?
8. Would you give it an 8?
I'm gonna say 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah. What?
No.
Lower or higher? Card sharks. Come on.
7.
7?
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair. I like I said, that movie's kind of
That's why I guessed his was a 7 because that was what I had in my head.
For the 12 of you that are going to listen to this, if you watch the movie, it's really good. It's worth watching.
Yeah.
I figured it was fair enough considering we had The Departed.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, we can have another one with some big name people.
A mediocre movie minute. Oscar movies.
Yeah. Blockbuster.
This mediocre movie has Leonardo DiCaprio in it, Tom
Again-
Hanks,
Again.
Mel Gibson.
Anyway, Jake, what is your pick for the next movie?
All right, I'm not gonna read it off because it's new. This is something we haven't done yet, and it's an animated movie. It's called Berserk.
Uh-oh,
And-
Seth.
It's on Netflix. I just checked. So there's 3 of them. So the first one is called like Golden Egg Age 1 or something like that. Just make sure if you watch it, it's 1. So it's pretty easy. The animation's kind of weird to it, but it's pretty brutal and has gory stuff in it. And I was surprised when I watched it.
Are there cartoon titties in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there
Is
you
there
go.
in the first one?
I don't know if
they're
they're in the first one. But it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. Nothing too crazy. You can spare the time for it.
Yeah.
Once you get past the 10-minute mark, though, the animation shouldn't bother you. And it's good. It's good.
Well, we were talking the other day about the Marvel What If. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't like that animation.
It's just different.
Is it the same?
No, it's
No,
not like
no.
that.
It's like it's not like that, but it's still the same concept. Like they tried to make it somewhat 3D-ish.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Even the Marvel What If doesn't bother me, but it's just different. It's like a different kind of art style that they're trying to do.
I don't like it.
Have you watched all of them, by the way?
No, not all of them. I watched like maybe 15 minutes of the first one and I couldn't do it.
Well, they're all right. They're all right. They have a zombies one.
Well, I'm sure the
Newest
stories and stuff are cool. I wouldn't mind hearing about them. It's just I can't look at it, dude. It just bothers me so much.
The like newest one was the zombies one, where like the superheroes get zombified and what happens basically, and then the one before that was if Doctor Strange didn't lose his hands, but he lost his girlfriend
Yeah,
at the time, and he goes through the whole like alternate reality of a Doctor Strange.
yeah. I seen something about Doctor Strange.
They're pretty cool.
Well, anyway, that's the next movie, so I hope everybody likes it and I don't regret picking it.
It's Jake's Mediocre Movie Minute.
Yeah.
Since you picked that Berserker movie, have you ever watched Dante's Inferno?
Yeah.
Did you think it was good?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
You know what I hated about it?
It changed.
It changed.
I didn't like it either.
If they had just kept it like one way, it would have been a lot better. And I watched it years ago because I loved the game that I played on PlayStation 3, and I thought, oh, this might be pretty cool. And I'm really not that big into anime, but I thought that was pretty good.
I know I watched it, but it's been a long time, so I barely remember it. But you bringing that up reminds me of I don't know if you're a Halo fan or not.
Not really.
They had an animated thing for Halo called Halo Legends, I think is what it was called, and that shit was hard to watch.
I liked it. Oh, well, there was one that was hard to watch.
There was like one with the aliens, like with the Arbiter guy.
Yeah.
It was like
scruffy. It looked like painting.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like watercolor, like a watercolor motion picture. It was weird.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
It was. The Dante's Inferno thing, though, I remember that bothering me at first, and then I tried to like just get my head with it. I was just like, okay, he looks like this when he's on Earth, and when he's in the first circle of hell, it like changes the way he sees things. I think is how I tried to take it. That way it didn't bother me that much.
I don't understand why they had to keep changing directors, because that's why they kept.
Was it directors?
Yeah, that's why each Dante was different, because the director.
I mean, that's a cool concept, but I guess it didn't work that great in practice.
There was one he had really long hair,
And
like
then-
down to his
Nah,
crack.
even if you have different directors, you gotta decide on the character look. You can do different art styles, but the character look has to.
For the most part, he stayed the same except for that one.
The hair, and it seems like his clothes would change a little bit. Didn't his weapon change? Like sometimes he would have a sword, and other times he'd have a scythe.
I think so. I remember they changed the way the devil looked and his woman, because like you'd see her sometimes and she'd look different. It wasn't bad though. I enjoyed it.
In one image, she had C cups.
They were always visible, though. That was the rule. That was the rule.
Agreed upon across all directors.
I wish they had made a second game of that, man. Did you beat the first one?
I never played it. I
You
wanted
never-
to.
If it's ever for some reason on PlayStation 4, you need to get it.
If they remastered, I'd pick it up.
Can I spoil it for the ending?
Yeah, go ahead.
At the end, after you beat the game, you and your woman get to go to heaven, and you rip off the cross on your chest, and you're in heaven, and he throws it off, and it turns into the snake, and it slithers away.
It did that in the animation too. I'm pretty sure it leaves room for a
It
sequel.
leaves room for that sequel. That's never going to happen.
It probably wouldn't be Dante though. They'd probably pick someone else.
It's Dante and his woman's kid, who's actually Lucifer's kid.
Ooh, cuck.
Here we go.
Dante Cut.
I never played it either, but I watched a bunch of stuff about it because it seemed. Honestly, I don't think I would have been allowed to play that.
Man, I was almost 18 and I was sexually active, and my mom knew I was, and she didn't want me playing that game because it had titties on it.
That's weird.
And, it did have a little bit more than titties. Like there were some demons that have babies coming out of their tits, because it was kind of a weird game. But
Well, maybe I'll take that back then, because if you were 18, that means I would have been like 14, right? So I would have been able to play it, but me.
They wouldn't really supervise it.
Yeah,
They wouldn't know.
It wouldn't really.
you had
supervise
to
it.
pause it whenever they come in. They're like, "What? Just playing a game."
Man, that was the most awkward shit. It happened a lot when I was like a teenager, but I'd be playing a game and it'd be like the worst spot of a game, like the one sex scene or the one like weird moment in it.
The one.
Here comes like my dad, opens the door, starts watching, and I'm like, oh shit. Like he's gonna think I'm so fucking weird.
It's a cut scene.
I remember playing like Grand Theft Auto when I was real little, and my family didn't want me to play it. I think I was like 11 or 12 at the time. I was probably like 10. Anyway, it was San Andreas, and I'd be in the bar and I'd play the pool stuff a lot, but they didn't want me playing it because there's like profanity,
Hookers.
and hookers,
Strippers.
yeah. But now like they have GTA 5 with titties literally hanging out at strip clubs.
Was there actual sex game you could play on there, or was it just like a rumor? Like you could
Grand
bang?
Theft Auto?
Yeah.
You could in 5 and I think in 4 you can bang like a prostitute in the car.
It's kind of like God of War. Like, you know, whenever you jump into bed with a girl, you could do the button combination and you'd hear them.
I don't
didn't
know
do
about
that.
the button
It just done like
combination.
an animation in like the seat of the car, but you didn't really see anything. Like maybe you saw like her going up and down, you know, but it wasn't like graphic.
Yeah. Banging the A.
Yeah. Look how good I am.
The amount of like teenage dudes that jerked off to that God of War sequence, just mastered
in
pressing the
every
button.
game. Every game it had that. I remember in Dantes Inferno, I had my PlayStation 3. It was on this little TV, and you could barely see whenever you had to push buttons to avoid people. And I couldn't get past this one level because it was so small I couldn't see what it told me to do.
That sucks.
So I had to wait till I got a new TV in order to get by it.
I wasn't allowed to play San Andreas either. Like my brother had it, and I don't know if they even let him play it because I was around, of course. But
He's like, I hate you.
yeah, but I know they wouldn't let me play it. And I remember Red Dead Revolver. One of my brother's friends brought that over, and they didn't really want me to play that either, but we snuck and did it anyway.
Oh, that's what you have to do.
Yeah,
Red Dead Revolver don't have nothing on that.
it's
I
just
mean,
gory. It was just
blood.
shooting and stuff, and I was younger then. Like when I started playing Call of Duty and shit, my parents were like kind of timid, you know.
Oh man, sorry to sidebar this, but I seen a video the other day. These 4 dudes were playing VR, like, and they had rigs on, and I guess they were at the mall doing it. They were on the platform and they were like hooked in, and they were playing Paranormal Activity.
nah, I can't do it.
They were together on the thing, and they're all on their separate thing. And the dude's like, oh, and he freaks out and he turns around and he's running as fast as he can, and it's working. Like he's running on it, and he turns around. It just looked awesome. I'd love to do that.
How much do you think one of those things cost?
Oh
man?
well,
man, like
like-
$6,000,
Yeah, I was about to
$7,000.
say like $5,000 at least for just the platform.
Do you imagine how much weight you'd lose playing those games?
Oh yeah, I'd love to try it though.
That'd be so intense. I wonder if you get motion sickness with something where you're locked in like that. Because I've seen those. What is that called? Like a Omniverse? Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Omniverse, where it's like a treadmill, but it's a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are pretty cool, especially if you had that and then like a haptic feedback, like gun or like vest or whatever for it. It'd be pretty badass.
I would like to try it though. It just looked cool, and like I said, they went to a mall or something that had it. So
Whenever you got really excited, I thought you had something gory to talk about.
no,
I was like, yeah, he was seeing another fight video.
no, that's not me that does that.
Well, I did.
Oh, yeah?
I seen I don't know how to describe this. It was in a third world country, being PC, politically correct.
Okay.
we
This
recently
guy,
pulled out of it.
this guy comes out of this guy comes out of a car with a shotgun, and he starts pointing it at this family. Right. This one guy comes up and holds his arms out wide, like, "What? Shoot me!
I've seen
Shoot
this
me! Do
video.
it!"
Oh,
And he shoots his
Yeah,
fucking
I've
arm.
seen this video.
Ah, man, that
Blows
was rough.
his fucking forearm, like splits it.
Elbow. You could see it, man. He didn't really react to it. He was like, "Oh shit."
would you rather lose your feet, not your whole leg, just your feet, or your arm or your hands?
My feet.
Your feet.
Yeah.
What about you, Brad?
That's hard, man. I would have to see the prosthetics that they're available for both.
I mean, I say you can get good feet prosthetics versus
I've seen
hands.
some pretty good ham ones.
I'm keeping my hands.
You can have stumps on your feet.
Yeah, I'd roll
It's
around in
true.
a wheelchair. I mean, hands are.
You
too
gotta have your
important.
hands so you can play games and jack it. And
Yeah, you gotta
eat
beat
and-
out them hamburger patties.
I think I'd lose a foot. Yeah.
Both-
But something's
both
kind
of
of cool
them.
about having like a straight up bionic hand, though.
Nah, man, I can't. You can't play a game if you have a bionic hand,
That's
unless it's like super fucking.
That's true.
Techie.
Most of the ones I've seen, it's like wrist movements make the fingers move and shit.
Yeah, now try to react on Call of Duty
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, shoot by pulling your wrist in.
I
Yeah.
suck at it enough anyway.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
need no other.
At least you'd have an
holdbacks.
excuse.
Yeah. But my Madden skill would go down, man. You know I'm a king at Madden.
You'd make it fair.
Hey,
Nah, I definitely have to lose a foot. There's no way I could like play guitar or like anything like that.
Mhm.
That'd be depressing. I could lose a foot.
Yeah, it would be sad. I wouldn't want it.
shoot a gun.
You can still.
Well, if you lost both of them.
Was it both feet or
Yeah,
both
both
hands?
feet.
Both feet. Damn, both feet. I don't know. You've seen them, paraplegic Olympic runners. They can get it.
Those are top of the line athletes.
Yeah,
they have the
they're
best equipment.
athletes.
I'm going to be 25% of what they are. Okay,
Okay.
so and I can accept that. I'm not going to be the Usain Bolt of no feet.
I told Jake this the other night. How much time's left in this segment?
Oh man, we got plenty.
Okay.
Mm.
I told Jake this the other night. I've been listening to a lot of Bill Burr, man. And yeah, he is. If he ever goes to like Nashville or Knoxville or something, we should fucking go to it.
Well, this is what we were looking up not that long ago. But he has the closest one I've seen was Atlanta, man, for his tour right now.
You know, Atlanta and Nashville are not that.
well, they're both like 4 hours.
It's about the same distance.
But have you ever been to Atlanta?
Yeah.
The traffic,
Is it bad?
it's horrible. It's
Fuck.
absolutely horrible. Last time I was in Atlanta, I believe it was like a Monster Jam thing at the stadium there.
I think I've only went through it. Never stopped or anything.
I don't know if I've been through it. I might have, but I hate the traffic, all that congestion on the highways.
It's just so much different than here when you got like long roads and curves and shit, and then there it's just this like tight city blocks.
I don't think I could do it.
It's stressful as hell to me.
I just pick a parking garage and walk the rest of the way.
I wouldn't be opposed to like parking at a fucking McDonald's 3 miles away and walking, but to not deal with it.
I wouldn't have a car if I was in a city like that.
It's stressful as fuck. Like you see it in movies, and I'm not sure how accurate the representation is, but like New York traffic, so I've never been there. I can't claim to know.
I went through New York.
Was it
Well,
like
the bridge anyway, but the bridge was fucking awful on the way there. On the way back, I didn't hit any traffic, surprisingly.
it just seems so stressful, so awful. People yelling back and forth at each other, like fuck you.
Nah, people are dicks when they drive.
New Yorkers are assholes. I've never been, but I'm going to stereotype them all.
Since you brought up Bill Burr, I think he had his skit where he was talking about that, and he said it was the cold. He's like, it's the cold that makes them all pissy. He was like, God damn it, it's fucking winter.
I love hearing him bitch about women. That's all I want to hear from him is him bitching about women. And he does a podcast. Have you ever listened to it?
Yeah.
It's Monday morning after Monday, whatever the fuck it is.
I've never listened to it, but I've listened to segments of it on YouTube. And people like ask him relationship advice, and it's always the dumbest fucking questions, man. There was one, it was like this guy wrote him and said, hey, my girlfriend has a guy friend that is flying her out to Vegas. And it's like, I don't want her to go, but she said she's going. What do I do? And he's like, fucking duh, dump her, man. Have some respect. It's just common sense shit that people don't have whenever they're in a relationship.
He has a podcast with that Burt guy, the I Am the Machine guy. I forgot his last name.
Crasher or
The
some
one that's
shit.
shirtless on his stand-ups. Yeah, he has. It's the Bill Burt podcast. But I listened to a couple of those. They're all right. You and Seth would probably like that too because he talks sports a bit.
Yeah, it's a good podcast.
I want to watch that show he's got, the animated one.
F is for family.
Yep.
You need to.
Yeah, I
Man,
need to.
he's one of very few comics that have made me like fucking cry laughing, man. Like that made me like not breathe.
I'm not trying to sound full of myself, but he says a whole lot of shit that I think, man.
I think that's why he's so fucking funny.
He's never said anything really that I disagreed with. There was one time he said something that was kind of off the wall that I didn't like. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but it wasn't like major. But half the time I've listened to a lot of his podcasts before. I enjoy it.
Man, he had that on that one stand-up. He had that whole skit about people making fun of him for having a 22. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I've heard this one.
I mean, making fun of him like for having a 22 for like home defense, and he goes on this long story about how like if you had like a bigger caliber, like this dude would sneak in with like a fucking scythe and come into your bedroom, and you'd shoot your 45 at him, and you wouldn't be able to hear, and you'd just see flashes of a dude coming at you with a scythe before you die. So he's like, "Fuck you and your big calibers."
He was talking earlier about him and his wife. or his girlfriend. He's white and she's black, and they were watching an Elvis documentary. And she got pissed off because he said that Elvis like stole their culture or some shit like that. And he goes, "Oh, really? Is that what you think?" Because that's what she told him. And he goes, "Well, do I get mad at you whenever you go fucking skateboarding?"
I had that fucking Eminem line in my head, like just like Elvis, just take black music, make myself wealthy.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of rap music, there's something I saw the last week. It's called Fiverr. I talked about it briefly with Seth before, but
Pfizer? That's bad
Fiverr.
talk.
Fiverr
Pfizer vaccines? Don't you dare.
But it's a website, and you get on there and you can pay people. Typically, it's supposed to be $5 to do any kind of job you want. And there's rap stuff I was seeing on there, and I watched this video. This guy like made a beat, and he was getting rappers on there to rap to his beat, and I thought it was really cool. And I was showing Seth this. I'm like, imagine if this was around when you were in high school. You could have been like charging money and progressing or whatever. I thought it was really cool, but them motherfuckers are charging a lot. Like, dude was getting like a minute song back, and they were charging like $125.
Fuck that.
And one guy that charged that much, he was like, yeah, if you want a hook in the song, that's going to be another $65. I was like, God, this.
What do you mean a hook?
Like the repetitive thing that comes back in the song. Oh, fuck, bitches get money, and then start rapping again.
Trailer park girls go around the outside.
Yeah,
outside. Man, I've wondered this for like modern music. Like when they do collabs and shit, especially for rappers. Like, I wonder if they even actually show up together to a studio. Because they could do that digitally now.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of shit you can do digitally, but people refuse to.
Like, I just wonder if they send them like the song with their part in it, and they're like, "You fill in the blanks." I'm
pretty sure that's what they do with voice actors. Like, they just record their lines, like for cartoons and shit.
Well, it makes sense. But it just seems like it takes away from music if they weren't actually in the same room, collaborating with the making of the song.
I'm sure they're there for some of it, and then after they get it all figured out, then just getting it down.
I had a blast from the past the other day. Like, there was a Facebook video, and it was 2 Chainz looking at fucking like American Choppers bikes, right? And just like the way reality TV is mine, I think, but the way reality TV makes like famous people look like, they look so fucking dumb. Like, every time there's like, oh man, this is, I don't even know what to say. Like, shit, how much does it go for, man? I got money in the bank. Like, it's like,
they wonder why they go broke, because they paid $20 for a gallon of milk.
Well, the bikes he was looking at, they were custom bikes, but they were like $200,000.
Fuck that.
$200,000 for a fucking motorcycle?
Yeah.
Unless it's the damn BAP motorcycle, I don't fucking want it.
It was like, I forgot. One was weird. It was like green, kind of looked like a green SpiderMan themed, and then another one was like a army tribute one, and it had like how do you say the word, bandoliers, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Well, the fucking bullet straps like all over it and shit. It looked pretty badass, but still $200,000 for a motorcycle.
Yeah, fuck that.
No way.
That he's probably just gonna set in a garage.
Set just to say he's got it.
Yeah.
Speaking of rappers and Batman, this is a long time ago, but Travis Scott, I'm pretty sure he dressed up as Batman, but he did it like he made his own costume, and it was like a brown Batman suit instead of black.
No, I've not seen it.
He got so much shit for it, dude. I felt bad for him because they're like calling him like the Roach or something because he was brown, and it didn't look like a bad suit, but it wasn't black, and they were just making fun of him.
Heard of the Tick? Well, this is the Roach.
Yeah, it was funny.
I feel like you got to go along with it if you're getting roasted that bad and you're a public figure. Like, yeah, you got me.
Yeah, you can't fight back. It makes it worse.
You got to completely ignore it or go along with it. That's something I've got from listening to Joe Rogan shit. That dude is like completely avoids any kind of media towards him. He's like, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to read comments. I don't want to know.
Yeah, it just makes it bad. Vicky, she wanted to get tickets to that Harry Styles concert. You know who Harry Styles is?
Is he from One Direction?
Yeah. Okay. So she's on
TikTok.
TikTok.
You know that.
He's handsome.
Well, he's on TikTok and stuff. Like his tour's already going on, and people are recording TikToks and putting them online. And Vicky's showing me it the other day. I kind of offended her, but she was showing me TikToks, and I've seen so many TikToks of this dude. I'm like, not to sound mean or anything, but like, I feel like you're making him seem more famous than he is. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, oh, no, not in the bad way. I mean, like, I get he's famous, but like the amount I'm seeing of him, it's like he's the fucking president of the United States. It's like every time she opens TikTok, it's there. I'm like, damn. She's like, he's a good looking guy. Women love this guy. I'm like, okay.
It's weird that she could say that, but if you were to say, I want to get tickets to go see this actress who's doing stand up, man, look how hot she is. What would she do?
Would you want to go see an actress doing stand up?
In her
first off,
defense, she would not be dumb enough to say, look how hot he is while you were there.
Yeah.
Well, we all know women ain't funny anyway, so I was making a double hypothetical there.
That does bring up a point, though. You said like her videos, like Harry Styles, like every time.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's a good or a bad thing that like YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff has like a bias based off things you've watched?
I think it's kind of good, but it makes it harder to find.
Like you don't get new stuff.
Other stuff,
You just get repetitive of the same content over and over.
I mean, that's kind of how it was with me with music for a while. It still kind of is, but there for a long time, everything I was finding was on YouTube, and it was tailored specifically to me. And then I got on Pandora, and I was like, pick something, just anything. And I was like, I want to hear something new.
That's really hard for me to find like new music alike. Like I forgot there was like a thing I heard from like a psychology study about like music you listen to in your teenage years and how that pretty much gets cemented in your mind.
And now that's what you like.
Yeah, it's like pretty much forever. And I was like, that makes sense because I'm still listening to fucking Three Doors Down and shit. And that's like what I want to listen to most of the time.
I listen to a lot of weird shit. I listen to bluegrassy stuff sometimes. Vicky's like, here comes the banjos. I like it. I don't know why.
Man, I like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
I couldn't really ever get into what is it? Not Skrillex, but dubstep stuff. Wasn't for me. There's like 3 songs I think I liked.
There's some of it that I liked, but the majority of it I didn't. But there was like probably 4 or 5 that I would play every once in a while. But they were like dubstep remixes of actual songs, not just dubstep.
Yeah. Man, it's weird that they have so many different genres of music. It's wild.
The only thing I didn't like was that screamo shit.
I don't know what they're saying. Like I can enjoy it if I've read the lyrics a couple of times in a video. Like I'm like, oh, now I know what they're saying. But half the time it's like,
oh yeah, that's talent.
There's very, very little of that I like. My brother used to be really big in that. I had that fucking Jeep and giant ass bass amps in the back. So when they hit like double bass drums, like they do a lot in that kind of music, and it's a fucking the fucking Jeep would rattle, man. It would roll the windows down and shit. Like I couldn't fucking hear. He's just like, it's good, right? And I'm like, yeah, buddy.
Your car's gonna die.
I think this is going to be a really popular episode. Poplar.
You've tried to fuck it up. Still said it right.
I said it right.
Oh man.
You know what's real popular right now?
What's that?
COVID-19.
COVID-19. Ew.
Ain't that right, Seth? Yeah, you got it, don't you?
Oh man. So as you guys have noticed, it's more quiet than usual.
Peaceful.
I wouldn't say peaceful.
Less controversial.
Less controversial.
The IQ's higher.
You guys have probably been able to listen to this almost at full volume without busting your eardrum out.
Yeah. I just like being able to tell stories without getting interrupted.
Huh?
No, you didn't do it right. You
Yeah,
gotta wait until
I'm too
talk.
slow.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's mastered it.
Yeah, he's so good at it. He don't even know he's doing it.
I'm just like, oh, the other day. Anyways, I was going to the park, and then
Well, why, Jake?
why? What?
But like, why?
The answer I said, Brad.
Why, Jake?
Well,
Get a little personal now.
well, it was weird doing a podcast without him.
I
didn't
think
think
it
we'd
was
do it.
better.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's dead weight, man.
Open spot. Just apply by sending Only Man's a message.
Yeah. It doesn't take much.
Spell popular right, and you get in.
If you've got a pair of tits, your advantage is Great.
No, don't give them unfair advantages.
Yeah,
They don't know.
they say they don't.
Oh, they lie.
You letting her in is part of your male privilege. It's your oppressive nature. Just like holding the door open for them is you holding power over them.
How foolish of me. That's why I don't do it.
See?
Just
Let women lift their own pallets.
Avert your eyes and kneel.
That's what I say.
I almost hit myself with that door at work one day trying to hold it open. Like I swung it open. It was the side door, and it swung back quick as shit, and it hit me in the shoulder because I was trying to hold it open for somebody.
Dude, today, where like I always have my vest unzipped, I walked past like a buggy that had a shelf sticking out of it, and my vest caught the shelf and almost jerked me down to the floor. It was one of those, like, I had to look around, like, if I see that, help my back.
Those 6 bottles it's made out of is strong as hell, buddy.
Are they all recycled? Is that a Walmart slogan?
That's supposed to be.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess that was our podcast, right? We
Yeah.
good? We wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. October is going to be a good month for us. We're going to have a couple of good episodes in October.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the start of the new or is that the end?
Well,
That's the end and the new.
we're going to have 2 good episodes, I know.
Okay.
I can feel it in my bones.
I hope so.
It's going to rain. He knows it. His elbow aches.
It's in the knee.
No, that was from the arrow.
The arrow? Oh, yes.
Well, Skyrim reference for the nerds.
Yeah. I feel like you give a lot of references.
Skyrim, Lord of the Rings, whatever. Mediocre movie minutes.
That should be the next mediocre movie. Lord of the Rings.
Skyrim.
Skyrim movie.
Lord of the Rings.
We're gonna
with
review
Elijah
the entirety
Woods.
of Skyrim.
Uh,
We're gonna play it all.
We should do Lord of the Rings like nobody's seen it. Like we should read the bio and be like, here's these actors.
Very hidden gem.
It's an old movie.
84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet it's higher.
Higher.
It should be.
I wish I had like a screenshot of like back then what its ratings were, so we could just act like it was that now.
Yeah.
Like it just come out. Like, Peter Jackson's new on the scene.
The director that brought you the Frightmares or the Frighteners. What was that movie called?
I remember Frighteners.
Was that it?
I'm
With the
lost.
ghost and
Fox,
the
yeah. That's it.
I like that
I'm
movie a
lost.
lot.
I was only thinking of Peter Jackson's King Kong, but I think that was after.
Yeah, I was after.
Yeah.
He made. I might have talked about this before. I don't think it was on the podcast. He made this weird. Brad seen it. It was a weird fucking zombie movie by
I
Peter
heard about
Jackson.
that.
It's like Dead or Alive, I think.
Never watched it.
Gory, but it was so cheesy and terrible acting.
Is this the one I hated?
Yeah.
That was like had sausage guts and shit.
Yeah.
And zombies fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought that dude would go do Lord of the Rings, man?
Really? I mean, God.
That movie he's talking about, I think I watched that probably like 7th grade or something at his house, dude. And I think you were asleep. Like you fell asleep during it. And I'm sitting there watching the movie, like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is the worst fucking movie.
I'm never coming back here.